Hello.
Hi, is this Charlie?
This is.
Hi, Charlie. My name is Randy Whitney. I'm the corporal for the Behavioral Health Unit for the Tampa Police Department.
Hi.
So I'm calling, I guess your mom is having some kind of issues. Are you not local, sir?
No, I'm not.
Okay, where do you reside?
In California.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's quite the difference. And your mom's here? Is she in an ALF, or does she have a home, or
She does. She's there. She has a home.
Okay. Any your brothers or sisters or anyone else?
I'm an only child.
Oh, okay. Okay, so what's going on with her, or what's going on with you today? How I can help?
Well, she has a mental health episode. This has been happening for quite a while. She was recommended by a doctor in Florida, Dr. Prang, to get a mental health evaluation. And since then, the evaluation hasn't happened. And unfortunately, the police have actually made it worse by simply not addressing the matter. In other words, the police, for some reason, have as well denied the fact that a doctor has been spoken to, a doctor has recommended she get an evaluation, and then every time
the doctor has a right to Baker Act her, you know that, right?
Again, that's why the police were contacted, because...
Well, no, not for the police to Baker Act her, but if the doctor feels that she meets Baker Act criteria, then that doctor has a right to do that.
Yeah, and that's exactly the problem. So, see, the conflict is that from what the doctor indicated, that's what should happen, and then nothing else has happened.
Then that's something you need to take up with the doctor. If the doctor is saying...
Well, understand, but the police... The problem is that the police have involved themselves. In other words, the police themselves have informed my mother that they believe that my mother is perfectly sane. They are the ones who have contributed to the problem, in that they are the ones who have, for some reason, decided that they would tell my mother that they are qualified to do an evaluation.
No, so we're not, I mean, we evaluate for Baker Act criteria, meaning if someone wants to hurt themselves or someone else, right? But the evaluation that you're talking about from your doctor, the doctor needs to do that. And
that's understood. That's understood.
That's something for you, sir.
That's understood. What has occurred is that the police have made their own evaluations and stated...
We don't state whether people are sane or not.
Well, that's what has happened. Exactly. That's the problem.
That's not what happens.
No, that has happened. Again, that has happened. That has happened. I have evidence of it. There's no question as to whether or not that's happened. That has happened, and that is the problem.
So our role as law enforcement, we can talk to someone and we can say whether or not they meet Baker Act criteria at that moment. So we don't diagnose anyone with any type of mental illness.
Again, that's understood. However, that has happened. Again, that's understood. That has happened. Right now, I'm currently facing criminal charges based on the fact that a police officer, for some reason, wrote a note that there could never be a problem with my mother. That's literally what happened. I'm literally facing charges in Florida.
You're facing charges? I don't understand how you're facing criminal charges.
I am facing charges because the mayor took my words that I could die from the fact that my mother is not receiving mental health services as a threat. In other words, what has happened is continuously the police have made a decision.
What's your mom's name? What's your mom's name, sir?
Jeramar. She goes by Jerry, though.
Could you spell that for me, please?
Sure. It's YERAX.
Where does she currently reside?
Hold on one second.
That's in the city of Tampa?
I have never been to Tampa, so I believe so, but I'm not sure.
So this might even be Hillsborough County. So I'll tell you what, I'm actually not at work today, and I'm running errands. So when I get home, I'll log on. I'll see exactly where this is located, and then I will, if it's Hillsborough County, and then I will have Hillsborough County go out and talk to her. Or if it's TPD, then I'll have one of my teams go out and talk to her. So our role as law enforcement we're to reduce crime, and we're also to enhance the partnership with the community, essentially, and make Tampa safer together. That's kind of what our role is.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm more than willing to go and check on your mom. I can do a welfare check on your mom, but I can't I can't evaluate her mental status. That's something you might have to actually physically come here.
I can't come there.
Okay,
my mother's.
That's a family issue then, sir.
Well, it's not, because again, my mother,
it's not a police issue.
No, well, it is a police issue, because again, what is being done is you're acting as if I have no rights. In other words, my mother is legally, criminally, what she is doing, it's either one or the other. She's either having a mental health breakdown or she is purposely harassing me. Now, the fact of the matter is I can't get a restraining order in San Francisco against her. I have to get it in Tampa, and I can't get it in Tampa.
She's harassing you?
Yes, she's having a mental health episode.
How is she harassing you with her mental health episode that she's having here in your...
Because she has continuously contacted me, and everything that she is stating indicates that she may hurt herself. In other words, what is happening is she is currently, knowingly, as she knows that I have a heart failure, she is doing things that she knows would contribute to my decline in my physical health. That is happening.
Talk to her.
Huh?
So if this is via the phone, if she's calling you via the phone,
it's not. But
if you feel that she's not good for you, then don't answer the phone.
It is not that. No. So your stance is forget her mental health, abandon her, and just ignore her.
No, absolutely not. My stance is do not forget her mental health. I say get on. If that's my mother, I would be getting on a plane and coming to Tampa.
Okay, ma'am, do you not understand that my mother, and because of the incompetence of Tampa PD, that is not possible, because more than once, Tampa PD has heard false accusations out of my mother's mouth, even though they've been informed, hey, my mother has mental health issues, a doctor has recommended her to get treatment. They have taken her words as a sane person's. So my mother is unable to understand that her actions have negative impact on me. So I can't just go to Tampa. What you're suggesting is I go to Tampa and try to get my mother mental health services when she is mentally unstable, has the ability and has already done so to lie to the police and make it seem as if I have done a crime against her. Rather,
that's not a crime against her.
Well, no. Well, if I showing up out of nowhere, because exactly what you're stating, since I have the same right to ignore her, she has the same right herself. So if I show up in Florida out of nowhere, that could be considered stalking. If I also...
That's not going to be considered stalking.
Well, it could be. It could be. It could be. Either way, ma'am, the fact of the matter is she needs help. This has been going on for quite a while. Quite a while in which there hasn't been any actual...
If it's been going on quite a while, so this is a social matter. This is a social
No. It's only been going on quite a while because of the incompetence of the police. Again, once again, let me make it clear to you that a police officer did, for whatever reason, write a note in the system that police officer's evaluation was that at no point in time in the future from that point in time could my mother be experiencing a mental health issue. That's what actually happened. A police officer made a decision that somehow...
How can I help you?
Well, as you said...
You've already called us incompetent. You've already said we've been no help. You've already said that you're not...
That is in the past. That is in the past.
How can I help you in the future?
Well, as you said, you would go home. As you stated, you would go home, figure out what, jurisdiction she's in, and then be able to move forward to actually solve this issue so it doesn't continue happening.
I just want your expectations to be clear. I'm not going to solve this issue with your mother for you today. What I am telling you...
Well, again, this is the attitude. This is exactly why I said incompetence. How is it that your goal is to not solve a problem in Tampa?
I cannot solve the mental health problems with your mother. What I can do...
You can address them.
Is send I can send a team out to evaluate her. But I want you to understand that if a team goes to evaluate her and she does not meet criteria at this date and time when they contact her,
again, but see, this is
we can do.
well, that's one of the questions that you can answer, because currently, right now, as far as I understand, the criteria is whether she's willing to hurt herself or others. She is hurting herself and others. Currently, my mother doesn't understand the legal consequences to her actions.
I don't know. Well, we're not evaluating her yet, so I don't know. And I don't even know if it's our jurisdiction that you're calling us incompetent. I don't even know if it's our jurisdiction. It could be HCSO. It could
no, I understand that, but that's exactly the point. Like, that's very much understood. You're being condescending in a certain sense, in that well, let me explain. Well, let me explain as to why I believe that. And if it's incorrect, then you can correct it. But currently,
and I will call you back.
Okay.
Once I look this address up, and once I see what kind of contact we've had with her before, and I will go from there. So I will call you back.
Okay.
But it's going to be a little bit later, okay?
Okay, so when you say a little later, you mean more than 2 hours, or?
No, because I have an appointment in 2 hours, so it'll be before 2 hours.
Oh, okay, before 2 hours. Okay, well, thank you.
Before 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, okay?
All right, well, thank you.
Yes, sir. Bye-bye.
Bye.